Feeling overwhelmed? Stoic wisdom offers practical tips to manage stress and find peace in a busy world. Watch the video for all the insights. Control and acceptance. This is the basic principle of Stoicism, about which a lot has already been said, but we will dwell on it once again, since it carries a great importance, and basically everything starts from there. The said principle is crucial for achieving emotional stability and mental harmony, providing us with an important tool for managing our thoughts, feelings, and reactions. Focusing on what we can control is the way to happiness. Don't worry about things you cannot control. Do not burden yourself with unnecessary thoughts and feelings. Bad weather, traffic jams, the global financial crisis, etc. are aspects of life that are out of our control, so just accept them and move on. Imagine how much easier life will be when you learn to calmly relate to external circumstances you can't control. Repeat the following to yourself as a mantra: only your thoughts, actions, and reactions are within your control. Doing this may also help you accept the world as it is. Oftentimes, our suffering is a product of our psychological resistance to what is happening. We turn to suffering when we don't agree with the reality we live in, especially when it doesn't correspond to our idea of the world as a whole. We cannot change what happens to us in life. Therefore, the wisest thing to do is to accept things as they are, not struggling with every minor inconvenience that happens to us. Accept reality. This lesson emerges from the previous one, also holding its place among basic Stoic rules. The Stoics understood that because most things are beyond their control, events will happen regardless of our expectations. Doesn't matter how much effort you put in and what plans you have, everything can go wrong at any moment. All that must be realized and accepted. Life's troubles often catch us by surprise. Problems at work, an illness, the breakdown of your car or household appliance, etc. These are just a part of life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." Therefore, the Stoics teach us to accept these things, to come to terms with the reality of the world around us, and to love fate. In doing so, we unhook ourselves from frustration, anger, and pain, which can arise from resisting the world's realities. So instead of complaining and undergoing stressful episodes, try accepting how things are going and move on. Remember that any situation in our life could be turned into a valuable lesson, making you tougher and better as a person. This too shall pass. Time is a river, a violent current of events, glimpsed once and already carried past us, and another follows and is gone. Marcus Aurelius. No matter how hard your life is, you must remember that things are temporary. It's necessary to realize that all difficulties, problems, and troubles you may face along the way are limited. Very often it happens that what bothers you at the moment won't have any importance for you at all after some time. Constantly remind yourself that this too shall pass. Life is short, and its problems may be temporary and fleeting, though they still end up becoming a thing of the past and remain in memories. With that said, even in our hardest moments, we need to remember that time flies by, and all difficulties will eventually lose their relevance. Throughout our lifespan, we get to face various daily troubles, at work, in personal relationships, health, finances, and other aspects of life. At some point they may seem unbearable and catastrophic, but please don't forget that even the most unpleasant moments are temporary. Understanding that life cannot always be smooth and beautiful is the key to responding to difficulties with calmness and acceptance. Think of it as a part of our life that also needs to be passed. Besides, don't forget that all events are nothing but your experiences and your lessons, and the negative aspects of life are meant to make you stronger. So, the next time a problem may seem like the end of the world to you, remind yourself, this too shall pass. Let go of guilt. Guilt can feel like a heavy weight dragging you down, but what if you could lighten your load? Imagine a life where past mistakes don't define you, but where you strive to make amends and move forward with a lighter heart. The key lies in letting go of guilt and embracing forgiveness. Guilt serves a purpose. It motivates us to make amends. But holding on to it indefinitely only punishes ourselves. Acknowledge your mistakes, understand why they happened, and take responsibility. If possible, sincerely apologize and make amends to those you've hurt. The most important forgiveness, however, is self-forgiveness. We all make mistakes. They're part of being human. Forgive yourself for the choices you made with the knowledge you had then. You've learned and grown, and that's what truly matters. Letting go of guilt is like taking off a heavy backpack. You become lighter, freer to focus on the present and the future. Use your experiences to guide better choices going forward. Remember, growth comes from stumbles, not from staying stagnant under the weight of guilt. Embrace the journey, forgive yourself, and walk with newfound lightness. Develop inner peace. As you know, people are emotional by nature. We experience joy, anger, jealousy, grief, and a whole bunch of other emotions that help us navigate our social and physical worlds. Human emotions are complex structures which shouldn't be shunned. You are made into who you are, into a unique person because of emotions. They show your uniqueness, your authenticity. However, they often rule our lives as soon as we start losing grip over them. Emotions can dictate our behavior and drive us to act impulsively, making us regret our actions later on. Stoics teach us not to let these emotions control our lives and to develop inner peace. Again, it's a long and complex process that requires big effort, but it certainly gives us the opportunity to live more harmoniously and keep things under control. In fact, control is among small things we have in our hands. As Epictetus taught, we can control very little. Our thoughts, actions and reactions. You see, only we choose how to react to matters. Inner peace can help to quickly rid us of an emotional reaction to this or that event. We must hold off our own impulsive thoughts right when emotions begin to boil over and threaten to take control of our lives and take them back into our hands. Working on inner peace also includes the ability to quickly recover from stressful situations. We learn to respond to challenges with calmness and prudence. We must control our inner peace even when external circumstances try to affect us. Inner peace lies in the ability to accept these circumstances as they are, even if they don't meet our expectations or plans. We should learn to accept them without excessive reactions and indignation. So, take care of yourself and take control and responsibility for your life. And don't forget the words of Marcus Aurelius. When you are distressed by an external thing, it's not the thing itself that troubles you, but only your judgment of it. And you can wipe this out at a moment's notice. Trust in yourself. Letting go can feel like venturing into uncharted territory. Doubts whisper, urging you to cling to the familiar. But what if you had an unwavering inner compass to guide you? That's the gift of self-trust. Imagine a life where you navigate challenges with a quiet confidence, knowing you have the strength to overcome. Building this inner strength is a journey, but it starts with self-awareness. Acknowledge your talents, big or small. Make a list of your achievements, from mastering a skill to conquering a fear. These are your strengths, the building blocks of self-belief. Life throws its curveballs, but trust is forged in the fire of experience. When you stumble, see it as a chance to learn. Analyze what went wrong, forgive yourself, and emerge stronger, wiser. Don't let setbacks define you. Finally, silence the inner critic, that voice whispering limitations. Challenge it with affirmations that empower you. You are capable, worthy, and ready to face whatever unfolds. Self-trust isn't arrogance. It's knowing your worth and believing in your potential. It's the unwavering belief that you can navigate the unknown, chart your own course, and find your way. With self-trust as your compass, letting go becomes an exciting exploration, not a fearful plunge. Believe in yourself, and the journey becomes yours to conquer. Practice detachment from drama. Life can be messy, and sometimes drama erupts like a sudden downpour, but what if you could stay dry even when the storm rages around you? Detaching from drama is the art of cultivating inner peace amidst external chaos. Imagine a life where negativity doesn't cling to you like raindrops. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It's about choosing not to be a participant in the drama. It's about setting boundaries and prioritizing your own emotional well-being. This doesn't require abandoning all responsibility. If someone needs genuine support, be there for them. But avoid getting sucked into emotional whirlwinds. Listen calmly. Offer solutions if appropriate, but don't get entangled in the blame game. Detachment empowers you to choose your battles. It allows you to focus your energy on fostering positive relationships and cultivating inner peace. Like a lotus flower blooming amidst muddy water, you can find serenity even when surrounded by drama. Detaching is like stepping off a runaway train. It takes awareness and courage, but the reward is immense. You'll find yourself calmer, more resilient, and free to navigate life with greater clarity and purpose. The power of the present moment. We often find ourselves trapped in a life outside the present day. We dwell on the past or worry about the future. We blame ourselves for mistakes, rewinding situations in which we should have acted differently. It is at these moments that you lose the enjoyment of the present moment in which life is happening here and now. You have to learn to live your life to the fullest. The habit of living outside the present burdens us with stress and anxiety. Thus it proves to be useless, since the past cannot be changed and the future has not yet arrived. No one can lose either the past or the future. How could anyone be deprived of what he does not possess? It is only the present moment of which either stands to be deprived, and if this is all he has, he cannot lose what he does not have. Marcus Aurelius. With that said, you need to let go of all unnecessary thoughts and enjoy life. A Stoic practice of mindfulness can help. It mostly consists of paying attention to the real experience in the present moment, focusing on sensations. Then, by observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we can break free from their pressure and develop calmness and clarity. So, try controlling your thoughts more consciously and try to be here and now in the real world. Try to imagine that everything you see happening now is the only thing that you have. The past is memories. The future is all about imaginary scenarios. You have nothing apart from now. Live in alignment with your values. Imagine a life where your choices resonate deeply within you. That's the power of living in alignment with your values. These core principles, like honesty or kindness, act as a compass, guiding you towards decisions that bring fulfillment. It all starts with introspection. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What kind of person do I want to be? Once you identify these values, they become your guiding light. This means making tough choices. Not every opportunity or relationship aligns with who you are. Releasing negative influences can feel scary, but it's like clearing the path for something better. Remember, letting go of what doesn't serve you creates space for what truly does. Living your values is an ongoing journey. There will be bumps along the way, but with each aligned decision, you'll feel a deep sense of purpose. You'll be living authentically, attracting experiences and connections that enrich your life. So, take a deep breath, identify your compass, and step onto the path of your highest good. Trouble as a teacher. Adversities are nothing but a natural state of affairs. It's a part of life. They come and go whether you like it or not. Taking this fact into account, the Stoics teach us not to avoid disaster, but to look for positive moments in it. Every challenge has a lesson and valuable experience to follow through. As soon as we rebuild our brains to find something good in any experience, we reconsider the difficulties and look for the best way to overcome them. An approach like this helps us not to be a victim of circumstances and forms the habit of always moving forward with a stable mindset. It can be compared to training in the gym. Our muscles need support to grow, so our character needs challenges to become mentally stronger. Epictetus once remarked, "Difficulty shows what men are." Therefore, when a difficulty falls upon you, remember that God, like a trainer of wrestlers, has matched you with a rough young man. Why? So that you may become an Olympic conqueror, but it is not accomplished without sweat. Try looking at adversity as a source of growth. In situations where people see difficult circumstances as something bad, something that prevents them from achieving their goals, you should look for opportunities aimed at development and growth. Let go of regrets. Regret can be a heavy burden, chaining us to the past, but what if we could let go? Imagine a life where past mistakes don't define you, but fuel your growth. The key lies in releasing regret and focusing on the wisdom gleaned from our experiences. Dwelling on what-ifs steals our present joy and future potential. Instead, we can choose to learn from our missteps. Analyze what went wrong, not to punish yourself, but to gain valuable insight for future choices. Letting go of regret doesn't mean forgetting the past. It's about acknowledging it, extracting the lessons, and then choosing to move forward with newfound wisdom. Forgive yourself for the choices you made with the information you had at the time. You are not the same person who made those decisions. Imagine a hot air balloon tethered by heavy sandbags. Releasing regret is like dropping those bags. You rise lighter, freer to navigate new heights with the wind beneath your wings. Embrace the journey, learn from the past, and fly towards a brighter future. Change your judgments. The Stoics believed that daily events are not inherently good or bad, but it is our mind that makes them feel this way. We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. Epictetus. As we've already said, most things are out of our control, and we are actually responsible for our own thoughts. Unfortunately, the cause of our stress is mostly hidden within our thoughts. In most situations, this can be avoided, as it's all about mind games. In order to win in these games, use one of Stoicism practices, the rejection of evaluative judgment. We pass any situation in life through the filter of our experiences and prejudices. We can see our biases and value judgments every day throughout our lifespan. For example, all of us at least once in our lives said something like, "What a terrible weather." Or when someone annoys us, we think that he or she must just go away. And of course, traffic jams, which annoy literally everyone. But the weather is just the weather. Traffic jams are a large part of a driver's life, and people don't necessarily have to behave in a way that suits you best. In today's world, with so much information around us, we are faced with the largest number of events and things in human history. We have our own opinion, our own experience, and our own evaluative judgment about everything there is available. Unfortunately, these judgments are often based on circumstances beyond our control. To largely reduce the level of stress and anxiety, simply let go of your old attitudes and reduce control over events that we cannot influence in any way. Focusing on what we can control, namely our thoughts and actions, might help you become a calmer and more self-aware person. Marcus Aurelius noted, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. These things are not asking to be judged by you. Leave them alone." In doing so, he reminded us that we shouldn't have our own opinion on every matter and attach our own labels to them, especially if they are out of our control. Focus on the essentials. Feeling overwhelmed by the constant busyness of life? There's a path to peace, simplification. It's about letting go of the excess, the physical clutter overflowing your shelves, the mental noise of distractions, and the commitments that drain your energy. Imagine a life where your living space reflects calmness, not chaos. Decluttering isn't just about throwing things away. It's about surrounding yourself with teams that spark joy and purpose. The same goes for your schedule. Release obligations that don't align with your goals or well-being. Saying no empowers you to say yes to what truly matters. Simplifying isn't deprivation, it's liberation. Less clutter means less cleaning. Less mental noise means more focus, and fewer obligations mean more time for passions. You'll rediscover the joy in simple pleasures, the power of presence, and the freedom that comes from living intentionally. So, take a deep breath and start small. Declutter a drawer, set boundaries with commitments, and prioritize activities that nourish your soul. With each step towards less, you'll find yourself breathing easier and living a life that's truly fulfilling. The power of surrender. Imagine a life where you navigate challenges, not with resistance, but with a sense of trust. That's the gift of surrender. It's about accepting that life unfolds in its own way, and even detours can lead us to unexpected beauty. Surrender isn't giving up. It's letting go of the need to control every detail. It's about acknowledging that some things are simply beyond our grasp. When faced with setbacks, we can choose to fight the current, exhausting ourselves in the process. Or we can learn to flow with it, using the energy to navigate towards calmer waters. This doesn't mean passivity. We can still set goals and strive for what we desire. But surrender allows us to release the attachment to a specific outcome. It frees us to find joy in the journey, to appreciate the lessons learned along the way, and to trust that even unplanned turns can lead to a fulfilling destination. Surrender is like learning to ride the waves. You can't control the ocean, but you can learn to dance with it, embrace the flow, trust the unfolding, and discover the peace that comes with letting go. Let go of the need for approval. Imagine a life where your confidence doesn't hinge on external approval. That's the liberation of letting go of the need to please others. It's about shifting your focus from validation by others to self-acceptance and self-worth. Constantly seeking approval can be exhausting. It keeps you chasing external opinions instead of trusting your own judgment. The key lies in cultivating inner validation. Ask yourself, would I make this choice if no one else was watching? This doesn't mean disregarding feedback entirely. However, learn to discern constructive criticism from empty praise. Celebrate your achievements, big and small. Acknowledge the effort you put in and the progress you've made. Letting go of approval is like shedding heavy armor. You become lighter, freer to express yourself authentically. You'll attract genuine connections built on shared values, not a need to impress. Remember, your worth is inherent, not something others can bestow. Embrace your unique journey, validate yourself, and watch your confidence soar. Self-compassion. Face it. We are our own worst critics and harshest judges, and most often those negative thoughts that are spinning in our heads come back to us and drive us into constant anxiety. Become a friend to yourself and look for support in the middle. In order to achieve psychological independence and become a strong supporter of yourself, you need to practice thinking about your value. Epictetus wrote, "The best place to get help is from yourself." Master the habit of praising yourself and your work. Look for confirmation in the middle. As soon as we realize our worth and the qualities which make us who we are, we start to value ourselves, regardless of whether we receive praise or criticism from others. The same goes to self-digging. We tend to dwell on the past, slam ourselves for some mistakes, and thereby devalue our manifestations. Instead, focus on learning from your experiences and making better choices now and in the future. This way, we accept what we've done, take responsibility for the consequences, and move forward. Start reflashing your internal dialogue in a positive direction. Praise and support yourself, because no one will do it for you. Cultivate a deep connection with our inner self and realize your inherent worth, and you will build a solid foundation that will be hard to shake in the face of unforeseen events. Remember the following words of Marcus Aurelius: "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Release expectations. Life rarely unfolds exactly as planned. Clinging to rigid expectations can leave you feeling frustrated and unfulfilled. The key to navigating life's twists and turns lies in letting go of those expectations and embracing flexibility. Imagine a world where opportunities unfold organically, not through a predetermined script. Releasing expectations allows you to see possibilities you might have otherwise missed. It opens you up to new experiences, unexpected connections, and the joy of the unknown. Instead, set intentions, guiding principles for your journey. Be clear about what you desire, but remain adaptable in how you achieve it. Life throws curveballs, but with flexibility, you can adjust your approach and still reach your destination, perhaps in an even more fulfilling way. Letting go of expectations is like releasing your grip on a handful of sand. The tighter you clench, the more it slips away. Embrace the flow of life, adapt to change, and discover the magic that unfolds when you trust the journey. Joy in simple things. Many of us are used to looking for enjoyment in difficult things, material goods or achievements. However, true joy can be found in fully experiencing what we are doing right now. It also merges with the ability to live here and now. How often do you enjoy your morning coffee without overthinking? You can turn this morning ritual into an important and conscious moment of joy and happiness. A cup of morning coffee not only gives energy, but also helps to create instant peace and satisfaction. Stop sticking to your phone at dinner with friends. Enjoy pleasant company and communication here and now instead. Share your thoughts, feelings, and stories. Listen to others and support them too. Can a simple walk in the park be a real source of joy? The sounds of nature, the singing of birds, and the smell of fresh air may make this moment special. Relax and enjoy every step and go on. Joy in simple things can be found everywhere, even in the most ordinary moments of life. It's important to learn to see and appreciate these moments because they create the foundation for a happy life. Look up for these moments and you'll see that you don't need many things to be truly happy. As Marcus Aurelius said, remember that very little is needed to make a happy life. At the end, we will have a small request. If this video was useful to you, then we will be really grateful for your like and subscription. We will also be grateful for your comments and discussion of lessons that resonated with you the most and the ones you would like to instill in your life. And to further immerse yourself in Stoic wisdom and consolidate these lessons further, we highly recommend checking out this video.